My mom called me a burden at 19. 10 years later, she asked to move into my house. When I was 19, I worked 3 jobs: morning shift at a coffee shop, afternoon stalker at a grocery store, late-night delivery driver. I basically survived on caffeine, instant noodles, and the vague hope that one day I might sleep more than 4 hours. I followed her rules, did the chores on the list she gave, but my mom still told everyone I was lazy. Yes, I lived at home, but I paid for my own food, my phone, half the utilities, and sometimes even her cigarettes when she ran out of cash. Somehow, though, every argument circled back to the same line: you're a burden. One night things finally boiled over. She was stressed about bills. I had just finished my 3rd shift and accidentally left a single dish in the sink. That was apparently the breaking point. She slammed a cabinet and snapped, "If you're not contributing anything useful, maybe you should just leave." So I did. I packed a duffel bag, grabbed the $312 I had saved, and crashed on a coworker's couch. It was absolutely terrifying, but something strange happened once I no longer had someone reminding me every day that I was useless. I started doing better. I worked constantly. I saved every dollar I could. I learned how to budget because I had no choice. I eventually got promoted at the grocery store and moved into my own tiny apartment, basically a shoebox with questionable plumbing, but it was mine. Years passed, better jobs, more savings, a few painful mistakes, a couple lucky breaks. Eventually I started a small delivery logistics business with a friend from work. Against all odds, it worked. 10 years after I left home, at 29, I signed the papers for my first house. Nothing fancy, just a modest place, but every wall felt like proof that maybe I wasn't dead weight after all. Then last month, out of nowhere, my phone rang. It was my mom. We hadn't spoken much over the years, mostly awkward holiday texts, so when I saw her name, I assumed something terrible had happened. Instead, she sounded nervous. Apparently, she had lost her house, a messy situation involving debt, refinancing, and some questionable financial decisions. Now she needed somewhere to stay for a little while. Then she asked if she could move in with me. I won't lie, I laughed, not cruelly, just that strange, surreal laugh you make when life suddenly delivers its own punchline. After thinking about it, though, I said yes, with conditions. She could have a room, but she would pay rent, nothing outrageous, just enough to cover utilities. And there was one more rule. I printed out a chore chart, the same thing she did with me: trash days, dishes, vacuuming, bathroom cleaning, the full roommate package. When I handed it to her, she stared at the paper for a long time. Then she said, "You're treating me like a tenant." I shrugged. "Well, yeah, the same thing you did to me." Now she tells relatives I'm being cold and petty for making my own mother follow house rules. But the way I see it, I'm just making sure no one in this house feels like dead weight anymore. Was I wrong?